Okay,
we know from
we
our
know from
earlier
our
study
earlier
of
study
Freud
of Freud,
that
the
defense
defense
mechanisms
mechanism
protect us from bringing painful thoughts or feelings to the surface of our consciousness.
We do this because
We
our
do this
mind
because our
simply
mind
can't
simply
tolerate
cannot
these
tolerate these
thoughts.
thoughts.
So defense
So defense
mechanisms help us
mechanisms
to
help us to
express these
express
painful
these
thoughts or
painful
feelings
thoughts
in another
in
way,
another way,
while we
while
repress
we
the real
repress the
problem.
real problem.
The function of
The
defense
function of defense
mechanisms
mechanism
is
is
to
to
keep
keep
from
from
being
being
overwhelmed.
overwhelmed.
Of course, the
Of course,
avoidance
the
of problems
avoidance of
can result in
problems can
additional
result in
emotional
additional
issues.
emotional
And
issues.
there's a huge
There's a
distinction
huge
between
distinction
repression
between
and
repression and
suppression.
suppression.
Anybody want to
Anybody
explain the
want to
difference?
explain the
I'll try
difference? That's right.
I think
I think repression is an unconscious response to series of events or images, but suppression
is more
conscious and
unpleasant,
deals
but
with
not
something
usually,
unpleasant but not usually
terrible experience.
terrible
I
experience.
couldn't have said it
I
better.
couldn't have said it better. Now
Now
remember
thoughts
that
or
the
feelings
thought
that
or
we're trying
feelings
to
that we are
repress
trying to
may
repress
include,
may
just to mention
include
a
just
few,
to mention a few:
anger,
anger,
depression,
depression,
competition,
fear,
fear, envy,
and
hate, and so on.
and so on.
For instance,
For instance,
let's suppose that you're very angry with your professor.
your professor.
Not me,
Not
of
me,
course.
of course.
I'm referring to
I'm
another
referring to
professor.
another professor.
So,
So
you're very angry because he's treated you unfairly in some way
that
that could cause you to lose your
lose your
scholarship. Maybe he failed you on an examination that didn't really cover the material that he'd gone over in class. And an F grade in the course is going to be unacceptable to your sponsors. So this would be very painful, as I'm sure you'd agree. And I'd say it would qualify as a serious event. So let's take a look at several different types of defense mechanisms that you might employ to repress the feelings of disappointment, rage perhaps, and even violence that you feel toward the professor. Most of them are named, so the mechanism is fairly obvious. And one of the most common mechanisms is denial, which is,
If I want to deny something, I'll just say I'm not angry with the professor.
exactly. You may even extend the denial to include the sponsors. And you could tell your friends that they never revoke your scholarship. And this mechanism would allow you to deny the problem, even in the face of direct evidence to the contrary. Let's say a letter from the sponsor indicating that you won't receive a scholarship for the next term. Okay on that one? Okay. How about rationalization?
Well, in rationalization,
you come up with some reasons why the professor might have given an unfair test.
How would you do that?
And how would you
Well,
do
you
that?
might defend him.
You might defend
You
him.
could say that he
You're
gave the
gonna
test
say
to
that
encourage
the
students to
test
learn
encourages
information on their
students to learn
own.
information on
Is
their
that what you
own.
mean?
Is that what you mean?
Sure.
Sure,
Because you'd be rationalizing. Providing a reason that justifies an otherwise mentally intolerable situation. Okay. Another example of rationalizing is to excuse the sponsor for refusing to hear your side of the situation. You might say that sponsors are too busy to investigate why students are having problems in their classes. And you might do that while you deny your true feelings that sponsors really should be more open to hearing you out.
So when you deny something, when you use denial, you're refusing to acknowledge the situation, but when you use rationalization, you're excusing the behavior.
Excellent summary.
So
now let me give you another option. If you use a reaction formation as a defense mechanism, you'll proclaim the opposite of your feelings. In this case, what would you say about the professor?
I'd say that I like the professor when in fact I hate him for depriving me of my opportunity.
And you might insist that you have no hard feelings, and even go so far as to tell your friends that he's an excellent teacher. You see, a reaction formation turns the expression of your feelings into the opposite reaction, that is, on the surface. And that brings us to projection, which is a defense mechanism that tricks your mind into believing that someone else is guilty of the negative thought or feeling that you have.
Can you give us an example of that one?
Feelings of hate for the professor might be expressed by telling classmates about another student who hates the professor. hates the professor,
or even
or
suggesting that
even
the professor
suggesting
has
that
strong
the
feelings of hate
professor
for
has a
you,
strong feeling
but
of hate
you
for
really
you,
like the
and you
professor
really
yourself.
like the professor
So
yourself.
you would
So
attribute
attribute
your feelings to
your
someone else.
feeling to
Get it?
someone else. Get it?
So if I
So
hate
if I
someone,
hate someone,
I believe that
I
another
believe
person
that
hates
another
him or
person
that
hates
he
him
hates
or
me.
he hates
But
me.
you wouldn't admit that
But
you
you
hate
don't
him
admit
yourself.
that you hate
Okay.
yourself. Okay.
That's
That's
projection.
projection.
Now, displacement serves as a defense mechanism when a less threatening person or object is substituted for the person or object that's really the cause of your anxiety. So instead of confronting the professor about the unfair test, well, you might direct your anger toward the friend who studied for the test with you. And you could blame him for wasting your time on the material that was in the book and notes. Of course, there are several other defense mechanisms like fantasy, which includes daydreaming or watching television, maybe to escape the problems at school, or regression, which includes immature behaviors that are no longer appropriate, like maybe expressing temper in the same way that a preschooler might respond to having a toy snatched away, and your textbook contains a few more that we haven't touched on in class.
We haven't touched
Just one more thing. It's good to understand that the notion of unconscious thoughts and the mechanisms that allow us to manage them, that this is a concept that goes in and out of fashion. Many psychologists rejected defense mechanisms altogether during the 70s and 80s. And then in the 90s, cognitive psychologists showed a renewed interest in research in this area. But I must warn you that although they found similar responses, they tended to give them different names. For instance, denial might appear in a more recent study as positive illusion, or scapegoating might be referred to instead of displacement. But when you get right down to it, the same categories of behavior for defense mechanisms still exist in the research, even if they're labeled differently. And in my view, if you compare Freud's traditional defense mechanisms with those that are being presented by more modern researchers, you'll find that Freud's easier to understand and gives us a broader perspective. And if you understand Freud's categories, well, you'll certainly be able to get a handle on the newer terms. What is exciting about the modern studies is the focus on coping skills and what's being referred to as healthy defenses. So next time, we'll take a look at some of these processes.